Hello, here's an update on the Land Rover Series. So I cut off the hitch that is there. It was sitting right here. You can see how bad the rust is behind where it was mounted. And so in my planning and everything, I'm going to end up replacing the whole back rear cross member, because I took out the fuel tank. Here it is. Here it sits back behind the cross member, right behind it, and it's actually in really good shape, and it's actually real clean inside, because I've taken these off and replaced the seals and cleaned those up too. And I had the truck running before with this fuel tank, so it works pretty. It's all clean inside, even though it's been sitting around for 20 years or whatever. So what I did is I took this apart. I don't know if I made a video of that. I took these guys off, but interesting part is that when I took it out, it looks like something was making a home in between the frame rail right here. So definitely getting rid of that nest. But it's kind of an odd gas tank for a 109 station wagon. And the thing is that you actually, if you think about it, you're going to get an air pocket over here whenever you fill it up with gasoline through the filler neck. So what they do, they have a jumper hose from here that goes over and goes to here. And then it equalizes the pressure between both sides of the tank. So you can fill it up even though you'd think there'd be a pocket over here, but there isn't, because the fuel comes in this way to fill it up, and this is one's the crossover vent, and one's just your vent in general, just so it vents over to where the gas fuel comes in or whatever. Okay, so let's take a look underneath. I'll show you another reason why the rear cross member is going to get replaced. So underneath here, there's this is part of the nest that was on there, but the fuel tank sits right in this space right here, right up inside here. It goes around down into here, and it actually has a big skid plate on the bottom of it, which is actually still in good shape too. So the tank is mounted onto these tabs here that are sitting off to the side. You can see it. These little tabs right here. Whoops, there you go. Tabs right here. So they actually are bolted in with Whitworth bolts, if you know what those are. So this is the rear cross member. The rear cross member is, as you can see, it's pretty bad. This the hitch here is that sits on the back side of it. It sits on the front side on this side, and you can see it's completely rusted through. There's not even anything there. It's completely gone. So that's the reason why I'm going to just buy a whole new rear cross member. Of course, the step here, it's all gone too as well, all the brackets and everything. So my plan is they come with 6-inch extensions. So my plan is to cut this off only as much as we need to, and then weld in the new one. And I plan on ordering one from Bearmac, and I'm not going to do brick parts. So that's what my plan is. So that should be in stock here in a little bit. So in general, the frame is not in bad shape. I did do some wire wheeling and cleaning of some of it on the other side. Flip over. So I cleaned up, I wire wheeled all the front part over. I only went up to where the jack stands are, to about here. So I'm only, the front side's done, so then this back side, I'm going to do this up next. So in my wire wheeling and cleaning, I found that there was a big rust hole right here, and the more I was cutting, the more I just ended up cutting a big hole there. So I'll end up welding that in, a plate into there. And then this part of the frame is actually double plated. You have a plate that goes on top of the rail itself. So you can see it comes in here as a point. It comes across, you can see there's a gap right here. So it comes around, and this part was all bulged out. So I cut it out, and I'm going to weld in a new plate right here. It helps supporting plate. So other than that, I cut the bump stops off here, but the frame in general is in pretty good shape. Here's where the fuel tank was bolted in, and it was also bolted in the back, which has little tabs here. Turn the light around. There, if you can, you can't even see it. There you go. But it's actually bolted in here, the back side of it. But I ended up just cutting the bolt off because it was just a big rust ball there. And there's your vent hoses. There's your fuel in, your tank in. Goes attaches to the tank. But not much going on yet so far, but my plan is to get back on it and start working. Over here, you can kind of see a little bit more of the plate, the double-sided plate right there. See, it comes down to a point right here. But all right, see you next time.